Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akim, of course, call Haloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Bahasham, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace, Shalom to the Akim out there and the elect, which consists of the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here from the coming nuclear destruction, all right? I'm their brother, Zayan Allah of the DC camp, coming at you with another Keep in Mind. As I like to do these Keep in Mind videos, keep in mind, all you have to do is preach how the Lord told us to preach. You know, all we have to do is preach how the Lord told us to preach. That's it. You know, it's going to be a quick video. It was based off this video, 2 through and info. The page 2 through and info. Black church fed up with IUIC, and Shalom to the elder Yashawama, because this is his page. But as you can see, it says black church fed up with IUIC, as IUIC has taken on this thing to go up in front of so-called black churches and preach the word, as they're calling it a blitz on the black churches. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, and then we're going to go into a couple of scriptures. Because remember, as I want to keep in mind, at the end of the day, Akim, all we have to do is preach how the Lord told us to preach. And how the Lord told us to preach, he told us where to go. He told us what to do already. You see? He told us where to go, and he told us what to do. In the New Testament and in the Old Testament, because the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is the word. So I'm going to go ahead and play this.
But Deacon Israel telling News 4 in part, quote, the Southern Poverty Law Center has been slandering many organizations wrongfully for years. They are not a reliable source to identify hate groups. We do not hate anyone, nor do we condone hatred or racism to any ethnicity. Now, Ebenezer Baptist Church will ask a judge to grant a temporary restraining order, claiming, quote, members and guests of the church were harassed while the IUIC were, quote, yelling and shouting rude, vile, and obscene statements through a megaphone about the church and the pastor.
I really see it as being unnecessary. I'm saying harassing and saying demeaning things. None of that. Unless the Bible's demeaning, what we're trying to do is bring a level of awareness to the community so that our people will actually start to read the Bible for themselves.
Deacon Israel says the movement will continue.
And you know what? All you have to do is preach the word. If you notice, he says, what we're trying to do is preach the word and bring it. He said, what we're trying to do is bring a level of awareness, okay, to what? The black church. Matter of fact, let me play it again so he can get his words.
Trying to do is bring a level of awareness to the community so that our people will actually start to read.
And guess what? All you have to do is preach the word. All right. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get a few scriptures. Let me get John. All right, bear with me. John, I believe it's the 10th chapter. Yep, John 10 and verse matter of fact, verse 24. Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, how long dost thou make us to doubt? If thou be the Hamashiach, tell us plainly. Yahushua answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. And guess what? We're coming in that steed right now. We're doing the works of Yahweh Shai Shai. All right. The Lord said that we were going to go out into the highways and hedges. All right. The Lord said that even Isaiah, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew our people their transgressions, man. All right. The prophets are already doing the works of Yahweh Shai. All right. And yet these people don't believe. Here it is. The prophets are coming up in the last days teaching. Okay. And guess what? These people don't believe. All right. Verse 26, but ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep, as I said unto you. And that's what you got to face. You can't force this truth on people that it's not meant to get it. The Lord said, my sheep hear my voice. And it says, and I know them and they follow me. Guess what? Well, all we got to do is teach the word, how the Lord told us to teach the word. And guess what? It's going to reach the ears of the elect. Okay. It's going to reach the ears of the elect and whom he wants us to reach to. All right. It says, my sheep hear my voice and I know them and they follow me. And since I said that before, it's going to reach the ears of who it's intended to. This is Isaiah 55 in verse, Isaiah 55. Matter of fact, let me read up. Isaiah 55:6, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. And that's what we're out there doing. We're out there telling our people to seek ye Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai while he may be found. And how is he found? Through the prophets. The prophets speak the word of the Lord. So it's crazy how you're starting to see a lot of prophets out teaching the word, but yet people don't want to listen. And that's how he is found, through the prophets, through the teachers set up. All right, it says, while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts. Because we go out there and we tell our people their transgressions. We tell them what they're doing that's causing them to be wicked, which causes them to be unrighteous, and to turn from that. All right, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord. And that's what we're out there saying to people. Let you return unto the Lord. And what people? The Israelites. And he says, and he will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. All right. Because you got Christian pastors that believe that the way they're doing it now and being ordained by Esau, being set up by Esau to preach the word through his 501c3 charter, or through theology, going to theologian schools and stuff like that, they think through their way they're pleasing the Lord. The Lord said, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. So the only way that we should be following is the way of the Lord through the scriptures. It says, for as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Yeah, the Lord said he's going to save them through the foolishness of preaching to them that believe, right? Through the foolishness of preaching. Salakia, let me see if I can find that. Foolishness of preaching. All right. Yep. This is 1 Corinthians, and I had it highlighted. 1 Corinthians 1:21. For after that, it says, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe, or deliver them that believe. What? Through the foolishness of preaching. And it looks foolish right now for us to go out on the highways and hedges and scream to the top of our lungs. But guess what? We're doing thus saith the Lord. We're doing what he told us to do. And it looks foolish. You see the Christian churches like, oh man, nobody should have to be subjected to this. Nobody. Well, guess what? Yahushua and the apostles, the disciples of the Lord, they were persecuted for the word. They were persecuted by Israel, by the other Israelites for the word. So, it shows you how much the Christian church knows, man. They don't know anything. All right. And guess what? It's by the foolishness of preaching to save or deliver them that believe. And part of that foolishness Salakia for being jumbled up in my words. Part of that foolishness is us being out there in the long garments and just prophesying, being loud at times. That's part of that foolishness. But through these methods, the Lord is going to deliver the Israelites. How many men through these methods have woken up and they stopped being wicked in the world? More than what? They of the church. You see the church, no man should have to suffer this. No man should have to go through this. But then again, they acted so holier than thou. But then again, they go off and there's homosexuals in the church. They go eat all types of abominations. They celebrate all these types of different so-called high holy days of the world. But here it is, they're trying to act so holier than thou. You see that? How many men have gotten out of their wickedness through the foolishness of preaching? A lot of men have woken up. A lot of men have stopped getting tattoos. They stopped smoking. They stopped eating abominations. They stopped celebrating these false high holy days. They start praying to Yahweh Shemel Shai, keeping his commands to the best of their ability. You see what I'm saying? You see? Through the foolishness of preaching. Now, let me go back to Isaiah. All right. Isaiah 55. Okay. Isaiah 55 and verse 9 again. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and maketh it bring forth in a bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. Yeah, and guess what? The word of the Lord goes forth out of the mouths of the prophets. Okay? It shall not return unto me void. So guess what? It's going to not return unto the Lord void. Guess what? He's going to say more. But it shall accomplish that which I please. Guess what? It's going to reach the ears and eyes of the elect. All right? That is meant to reach. All right? But it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So when the word of the Lord goes out, it's going to prosper. It's not going to go on deaf ears, like just for naught. You see, it's all for a reason. It's going to prosper. You see what the Lord is saying? All right. It's not going to return unto him void. You see? So all we have to do is do what the Lord told us to do. All we have to do is preach how the Lord told us to preach. And how did he tell us to preach? Let's get Matthew 22 in verse 9. It says, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage." See, we go to the highways, Salakia. "And as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage." Now I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to go to Proverbs 1. And this is Proverbs 1 in verse 20. "Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets." So you already know the Christian church don't have it. You see? Because they got to be on the streets. All right? On them highways. It says, "She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates." See? In the openings of the gates. "In the city she uttered her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?" That's the prophet speaking on behalf of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. "And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof." That's the prophet speaking in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Wake up, Israel. Stop being wicked. It says, "Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you." But when you go up to verse 21 again, it says, "She crieth in the chief place of concourse." All right. Let's go to this word in the Hebrew. Chief place of concourse. The headings, right? You can see it's a Ra, a Ah, and a Shah. Ra'ash. Okay. The head, top, summit, upper part, chief. Okay. Total, sum, height. Where people do business at. You see? Let me see if it says a little bit more. Yup, the chiefest place of the city, so to speak. Going downtown, being amongst the people. You see? All right, where they do business. That's a part of where the chief places of any cities are. All right, because it says chief, choicest, best, right? These are the places that you go. All right, and then from here, let's go back to Matthew 22. Matthew 22 in verse 9 again. And that's going to the word highways. Into the highways. All right. It says, let me see, outlets. Yeah. A way out through outlet exit. Okay. Subtopic B, the places before the city where the roads from the country terminate. Therefore, outlets of the country, highways. Also, entrances into the city. Entrances. The beginnings of a city where everybody gathers. You see? It says also entrances. It's not just talking about exits. It's talking about the entrances or the chief places as we read in Proverbs, the first chapter. All right. And also by you going to these places and preaching, you're preaching more to what is looked at as the so-called black man. You see what they're doing? They're doing blitzes on the black church. When guess what? The tribes were more just black. Okay. You had the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And then guess what? You have Israelite foreigners, okay, aka Gentiles in the New Testament, that look like anything. So if you just go to the black church, guess what? You are neglecting all the Israelite foreigners that what? Be in the chiefest places of the cities, to include the black church, okay? You have members that go to this church, okay, to include Israelite foreigners. They all eventually go to cities. They all eventually go to the chiefest places, man. All right? So the Lord is already telling you what to do, man. All right? Go to the chiefest places. Go out to the marketplaces, stuff like that. You see men setting up on the videos where they set up. They set up in the city where everybody can see us, man. All right? Israelites that look like they're the typical Israelite, as well as Israelites that look like other nations, man. Because it's not about color. When you go preach in front of the black church, once again, you are neglecting all the other Israelite foreigners that look like another nation, because you won't catch them in a black church for the most part. Not saying there's not some Edomite looking jakes and other nation type of looking jakes that go to the black church, but for the most part, you won't find them there. You see? All right? All we have to do is preach how the Lord told us to preach, period. All right?
Read the Bible for themselves.
Deacon Israel says the movement will continue.
If we are in error, then please correct us. Show the love that Jesus would show.
I would just like for them to just leave us be, and we'll leave them be.
And guess what? And guess what? You should do exactly that, man. Because guess what? All we have to do is continue to preach the word. All right? You've seen how these Christian pastors are gathering together to try to find out how to come up against the doctrine of the Lord. They remember our brothers posted videos of pastors having councils and stuff together saying, we know what they're teaching is wrong, but we can't put a spin on it, which that's absolutely crazy. So how do you know we're teaching wrong? But these are the things that they're doing. You have vocab and them trying to come up against the Israelites. He's bringing Christians with him, trying to come up against us. Are we going in front of the Christian church? No. All we're doing is preaching how the Lord told us to preach, and they're going to come to you. They're going to come to you. You don't got to go to them. All you got to do is preach the right way, and they're going to come to you. See? Period. All right? What did Paul say? Matter of fact, let's get that. 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. It says 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 4. Matter of fact, verse 3, for ye are yet carnal, for whereas there is among you envying and strife and divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men? For while one saith, I am of Paul, and another, I am of Apollos. We're followers of these men. Are ye not carnal? Who then is Paul and who is Apollos but ministers? Okay, ministers in the Hebrew, the way you say ministers is sharath. Another word for ministers is deacon, okay? But ministers by whom ye believed, even as the Lord gave to every man. I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai, gave the increase. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but Yahweh by Shemel Shai that giveth the increase, period. All we have to do is preach how the Lord told us to preach. And guess what? The Lord is going to do the growing, baby. The Lord is going to be the one that does that increase. You see? All right? We don't have to go to them. They're going to come to us because guess what? This word is getting out and they're going to come to us, period, which is AKA coming to the Lord, man. All right? I'm going to finish that video out. Well, I think it's already done. They said what they had to say. Let me just play it.
And Judge Stinson will hear the injunction tomorrow morning at 10. Pastor Scobie says he has reached out to the city manager, mayor, and police chief to seek some sort of relief. Police tell him they are watching.
See that? And they're building up a case. They're watching, but they're building up a case because you're being carnal instead of what? Preaching how the Lord told you to preach. All right? If they don't want to hear the word after you constantly go out there, leave them alone, man. All right? And continue preaching how we do. Hey, they've been warned. Matthew 10 and verse, it says 13. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when ye depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Point blank, period. You preached to them, you blitzed on them. They don't want to hear it. You have videos where they try to get up and fight. because they tired of it. Leave their monkey ass alone. Okay? Leave their monkey asses alone, man. Let them go by it. They've been warned. You just continue to preach like the Lord told us to on the highways and hedges. Put it up on the videos and stuff like that for the world to see. All right, and that's fulfilling Psalms, the 19th chapter in the first verse. And guess what? Watch the Lord get busy. Okay? Call Haloyim, Yahweh Ba'Shem Al Shai Ba'Shem Chal Kodash, and as always to the elect, a double shalom.